Let's continue with the practice then. Questions. D was find the primitive of cos squared ax. So I've just got an extra a in there. So cos 2x equals cos squared x minus sine squared x. So we want cos squared ax. So therefore it's sine squared ax. And on the left hand side it's doubled. So it's cos 2ax. And it's cos, so we need to replace that sine squared. So we keep the cos squared. We replace that by 1 minus cos squared ax. So if we simplify that, it's cos 2ax equals cos squared a. Oops. No, it doesn't. I'm simplifying it. Equals 2 cos squared ax minus 1. And then we make cos squared ax the subject. Start with the 2 there. Okay, and the last step is to divide everything by 2, which is where we get our halves. A half cos 2ax plus a half, and that's what we're going to find the primitive of. So it's a half cos 2ax plus a half dx, which is, so the integral of cos is sine 2ax, and we'll leave a little space at the beginning. Okay, we've already got a half there, and we also need to divide by the derivative of 2ax, which is 2a. So therefore it's 1 over 4a, taking into account that other half, plus a half x, plus c. Okay? And the last one is find the primitive of 3 sine squared 2x on 5. Okay, so it's cos 2x equals cos squared x minus sine squared x. So just ignore that 3 at the front at the moment. We can, as you know, a number in the front doesn't change the integral. We just tack that on the end and multiply. So we'll work this out and then multiply by 3. Just can't forget that. So what we want is sine squared 2x on 5. Therefore it's cos squared 2x on 5. And we need to double this side. So 2x on 5 times 2 is 4x on 5. And it's a sine squared we want, so we need to get rid of that cos squared because we can't integrate that. That's 1 minus sine squared 2x on 5. So it's 1 minus 2 sine, oops, I got the squared, squared 2x on 5. And then we make the sine squared the subject. And divide by 2 at the very end. So there's our little rule again. Whatever we want to find the primitive of, we just double the cos on this side. So you can learn that, no dramas. And then we go and integrate that or find the primitive of that. So that's what we're finding the primitive of, which equals a half x. The integral of minus cos is a minus sine 4x on 5. We'll put the plus c at the end. We need to divide by the derivative of what's being cosed there. So the derivative is 4/5. So if we're dividing by a fraction, we need to invert it. So it's going to become 5 on 4. And there's also a half there. So the 5 is going to be on the top, and we've got a 4 by 2, which is 8 on the bottom, 4 by 2. Ha ha. That's a wood tech joke. Okie dokie. There ends our practice of the integrals of sine squared and cos squared.